It is February 2nd. It's almost 60 degrees in Nebraska. It's probably going to be a pretty quick ride if I keep riding like that. Got that cabin fever. Man, I'm going to set the cruise. Like 10, 15 over is like the norm for some reason. Tab performance mufflers, man. I have been asked a bunch about this bike versus the Road King. I have been asked a bunch about this bike versus the Road King. To me, they're dead even. Yeah, this big fairing is nice and the infotainment system. You've got your maps on. I mean, that's what you see, which is better than looking at your phone, I think. And you have the cool digital stuff and all that speedometer and all that stuff. The thing that the Road King has that the Road Glide can never have is you can take the windshield off. That is like the biggest selling point for the Road King, right? You can have the big touring bike and then you can take that windshield off and stuff and you can strip it down, and I mean, it's the ultimate cruiser then too, right? I mean, this is the ultimate touring bike. This is the Street Glide, don't get me wrong, but man, you don't get the best of both worlds like you do with the Road King. And it is the exact same frame as this. I mean, everybody can argue that that bike is probably one of the coolest bikes around. But I mean, these new touring bikes, the 24s, there's just something that they changed in them. And I can't explain it, but it's the best Harley I've ever ridden. Now, you put me back on that Road King of Amy's, let me set the suspension back up to me, and I'm going to be just as happy with that. The new suspension on these bikes is night and day difference than the stock suspension that they used to come out with. That Road King still rides better than this one because it's got the legends on it, but I don't think it rides $1,000 better. You know what I mean? $2,000 better than it would cost me to get that same suspension on this. So I guess honestly, if I had to choose between the Road King and this Road Glide, if they would put these switch housings and stuff on the new Road Kings and a couple of other features, the same suspension, man, with the price difference, the Road Kings being so much cheaper, no, that'd be a tough one. that would be a tough one. I've never really thought of that. I'd have to, I would have to take the Road King. I would. Man, that's a tough decision. But yeah, I think I'd have to take the Road King. The reason I bought this bike is because, I mean, it's, you know, when you're handed a deal, sometimes you just gotta take the deal. You know, we were trading in Amy's Deluxe regardless. This is just the way it came out. I mean, Amy and I both got tears when we got rid of that Deluxe. We put a lot of stuff into that bike. We did a lot to make that bike what it was. She just she just outgrew it. She put a lot of miles on that thing. See, it runs really good. For those of you that don't know, the GPMM is going to happen in 2025, but it will not be in Nebraska. It's going to be in Watertown, South Dakota. Two Wheeled is taking it over this year. Our son is getting married in June, and we didn't want to have to try to plan around that. And Dustin said that he would Dustin said he'd like to take it over for this year. Next year, I don't know what 2026 holds, but we're definitely going to have the 5th annual GPMM, the Great Plains Moto Meet in Watertown, South Dakota. The date is to be determined. I do know that. Okay, so like the choice between the Road Glide and the Road King, like if somebody was gonna give them to me, right? Like you could have one or the other, you know. I would take, well, if I'm not paying. Okay, so if I was in the market for a new bike and they had a Road King sitting there with the new switch housings, the new saddlebags, this motor, I think that I would probably buy the Road King. I mean, there'd be such a price difference. Now, if you were going to give me one, you know, I'm probably going to take the Road Glide because it's more expensive, right? I mean, well, I have to pay for all that extra stuff. But being able to take the windshield off is something I think I'm really going to miss a lot. But let me know which one you guys would pick. Road King, Road Glide, what's the coolest you've ever ridden? Man, there was a lot that kind of went on in this video of nothing. So everybody, if you like this video, hit the like button. If you want to see more stuff like this, subscribe. Hit the bell notification so you know when we load up next. And until next time, everybody stay cool, and we will see you on the road. Should have put it in sport mode.